Well, that's interesting. I just found out my shortcut for starting for recordings does that. Okay. Anyways, hello and welcome back to another video on Thai gaming. And today we are, and my my I cannot talk. Today I'm going to be showing you to um how to upload your game to Game Jolt in 2026. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. So just a little bit of quick information. I'm going to be showing you 3 ways that you can upload your game to Game Jolt: two using the website and one using the Game Jolt client, aka the app or desktop app or whatever. But just a quick clarification: this will not work on mobile. Definitely not on the mobile app, and to my knowledge, also not on the mobile website. So, in order to do this, you will need to be using a desktop of some sort. But yeah, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this. So we're gonna click. I'll go ahead and click on the Store tab here, or method one, and then you're gonna go ahead and click Add your game. It's really that simple. And then, so there are 3 things that you can click here. If you want to upload your game, then you want to click this or this. Don't click this if you're wanting to actually upload your game. Click this if you're planning to do this and upload your actual game in the future. But this, click one of these if you're whatchamacallit, if you're uploading the game now. So I'm gonna click here, complete and stable. We're gonna do a title. I'm gonna write stupid game because I just basically just made this game for the video. And then URL path, I'll just do stupid game. And then website, if you have a website, you can put it here, but I don't, so I'm not going to. And then select your engine or language or tool here. I used a modded version of Scratch, but that isn't here, so I'm just going to put Scratch. And then this isn't really important. You can turn this off if you want. But just note that if you're doing this with this is like a collaborative game, then you might want to pay more attention to this. But since that isn't particularly important for solo games or solo dev games, I'm not going to talk about that much in this video. Just go ahead and click Save and Next. Then you see the details here. These are like the basic details or whatever. You're going to go ahead and go to description. You're going to write description. I'm just going to write, this is a stupid game. Didn't you read the title? And of course you can put any emojis you want. And then of course you can also add game tags from here. I'm just gonna put action adventure because why not? You can choose any of these tags, or to my knowledge, you can also, like it says here, you can also add your own by just putting hashtag and then the words. So for example, just stupid game, like that. So you can either choose for one of the ones here, or you can just make your own, like how I just did. But yeah, once you're done with the description and tags, we're just gonna click Save and Next. Then you're going to upload game header. I'm not going to do that because I have one, although if you're making your own game, I would recommend you have one. I don't, but yeah. The recommended ratio is for 1 or 2000 by 500 pixels. I don't have a header because I didn't want to go to the hassle of making one, since it's just for the video. And then here you can add any media you want. You can add images, videos. Now the videos you can only do from like YouTube or Vimeo, so like a trailer or something, for example. And then Sketchfab is 3D content, or 3D content or whatever, for Sketchfab models. But where we don't have any videos or Sketchfab models or whatever, so we're just gonna put in an image. But just so that just so that I don't accidentally reveal anything I don't want to, though, I'm not gonna put anything in for now. I'm just gonna go ahead and add this stuff or off screen or whatever. Okay, so here we go. So we're back. So I added this picture. You can click to edit or drag to sort. You can change thumbnail. You can click here to choose a new file. And it's very important to click save once you're done and then close. And then color theme, you don't have to put one, but if you want to, you can put one. You can either choose one of the theme presets or you can choose a custom one, which since this is a stupid game, I'm just going to make a custom one. Which, yeah, so I guess it's all dark and drab or whatever. But yeah, whenever people view your game page, they'll be switched to this theme. So we're gonna click save and next. Then now we're gonna add packages. This is basically the game files. So the package name, basically, if you so there are some cases where you can have like multiple packages or whatever. Like if you want like separate files, like maybe for example, you want to have like a downloadable like the game files and then like a DLC separately, then you'll need to have multiple packages. But if you just want to add one game and that's it, then this doesn't really matter that much. I mean, you still have to put in a package, but the extra stuff is not super necessary. So the package description is optional. It's mostly recommended if you have like multiple packages or whatever. I'm just gonna put a stupid game because that's funny. And then of course, public, it means everyone can see it. Private means only you. Although you can also assign keys in key access page. Partner visibility, enabling this will allow partners to access this package even if it's marked as private or your game is a devlog only project. You can this isn't necessary if you're a solo dev. This isn't necessary, but if you are, this is a collaborative project, and I recommend turning this on. Pricing type. Excuse me. You will need to link a PayPal if you want to do payment stuff or whatever, but I'm not going to do that because I can't right now. And then if you have multiple packages, you can have the option to make this the package you're on the primary one. But since we only have one, it's already automatically checked for us. So we're just gonna click add package. Then we're gonna go ahead and edit package. Yeah, but yeah, we've already done this, so I don't need to mess with this. So now we need to add a new release, which is so yeah. So there are two types. So there, of course, you have to put the version number. The version numbers are how you label releases. Numbering should follow this format. So basically, the number on the left is for major releases. So for example, you like have a major. I'm not going to explain. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to explain this much because you should probably already know this. But basically, think of it as the number on the left is for major updates. So like, you know, brand new content or whatever. Like, trying to think of a good way to put this. Why am I so lost for words? Um, basic like oh my goodness. Like maybe you add a bunch of new maps or skins to your games, whatever that would be like major. And then minors like maybe a few like maybe one or two new skins, and then patch is basically just for patching up code or whatever. And then there's browser builds and downloadable builds. So the difference between these is browser builds are builds that are played in the browser, and then downloadable builds are just ones that you download. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the game file here real quick off screen. There we go. See, it's uploading. So now you can edit these options here. You can choose fit to screen if you want to, which I'm going to do that. And then HTTPS support. Most likely this won't be necessary, but do check if you think your game might not be able to work on this, then you should check it out. But for most cases, this likely won't be important. But now that we're done with this, we're gonna go ahead and click Save Build, and there we go. That's done. And then now I can also add an uploadable build. So I'm just gonna real quick add an uploadable build, or sorry, not upload, downloadable build. I'm sorry. We're gonna quick add that. Okay, there we go. See, it's downloading. Now, normally it would give you like extra stuff, but I guess because it detected that it's actually an HTML file, it's not doing that. But I do recommend actually like don't do what I did. I basically just did this because I can't like make like special uh, platform apps or downloadable apps or whatever. So I basically just did that, but don't do that if you're me. This is basically just a waste of time. If I just did that just to put it there, but it's just basically just for the sake of putting it there. And then you can either save draft just to like save it and not release it. You can add a schedule, which is future date or time this release will publish. But since we're done with this, we can just go ahead and click publish release. So you can click yes if you're certain, which I am. So this is how it will look on the game page. And if you want to add like a new version or whatever, just click new release. You can also click analytics to check analytics or whatever. As you can see, nothing. Just gonna click go back. Or yeah. Of course, we can also there are also a few things you can change with the widget or whatever. So you can use like this is mainly if you have like your own website though. Or whatever. But since since I don't have a website, I'm not gonna mess with this. But if this is going to be for a website, then I recommend that you check this out. Anyways, since we're done with this, we're gonna go ahead and click next step. And then this basically just answer all the questions that it asks. Um, but yeah, since we basically have none of these in our game, we can just go ahead and click save and next. But since we basically I put basically nothing in this game, but you want to make sure to check this out for yourself. And whenever you're asked, answer all the questions whenever you upload your game. Anyways, now that we're done, we can click save draft if we're not quite ready to publish it yet. But since we are, we're just gonna go ahead and click publish. And if we're ready, you can click yes. And there we go. It should bring you to this page. You can go check out stuff like devlog, game API, keys/access, site collaborators, etc. But yeah. If you want more information on this, I might do a tutorial on these in the future. But we don't really need that right now, so we're not going to cover that today. But if you want me to, if you guys want me to make a tutorial on these, go ahead and please let me know. Now we're going to move on to method number 2. Alright, so we're back, and now it's time to show you the second method on the website. But click this quick disclaimer before you try doing this method. This method does require you to have previously uploaded at least one game before. So if this is your first time uploading a game, then you want to make sure to follow the first method. This method will only work if you have previously uploaded a game before. But with that disclaimer out of the way, let's continue. So you're gonna go ahead and go up to here to your profile. You're gonna click that, and then you're gonna go scroll down to games. You're gonna click that, and then you're gonna go to your games and click that, and then you're just going to go up here and click add your game. Now, since we already showed you the steps of how to do this, what to do here before, yeah, this is basically just the previous thing all over again, so I won't show you guys this because this is unnecessary, since I already showed you guys. But basically, once you do that, it basically just brings you back to where the other method would have brought you before. But yeah. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, we're gonna go on to method 3. Actually, real quick, before I before I go to method number 3, which is with the Jolt client, I should probably note that Google Chrome is not my main browser, as you can see here. I basically only use it. I only use it for. I'm planning to only use it for videos, so I don't have to, close all my tabs or whatever. But with that little disclaimer out of the way, or whatever, let's go ahead and move. Let's go ahead and move on to the last method, which uses the GameJolt client. There we go. So as you can see, I am now in the GameJolt client to show you guys the last method. So I'm unfortunately not able to use window capture on GameJolt client for whatever reason, so that's why you're able to see the bottom stuff go down there, but I guess I have to deal with it. Basically, you just click store and you click add your game just like you would on the website. It's literally that simple. But anyways, yeah, that is the end of the tutorial. If you like today's video, please hit a like, and as always, subscribe. It really helps. Um, but yeah, also I do have other videos. Well, not really many Game Jolt ones, but I have a lot of other videos that you can go watch if you like this one. But anyways, for those of you who saw my 2024 tutorial, I'm sorry, I kind of made that one, a while ago, so it's not nearly as good as it could have been. I mean, it was not that tutorial I made in 2024 is not nearly as good as it could have been. Um, but yeah, I decided to make this one to give more information as well as just make sure it's up to date and whatnot. Since that tutorial is currently um, my most viewed video, long form video. That 2024 tutorial is currently my most viewed long form video that isn't out on one of my Minecraft knockoffs. And as you know, from that announcement video I made back on I think December 23rd, I don't want to be doing that type of content anymore. So I figured to make this tutorial because of that. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to go ahead and finish making and uploading this video. Um, bye bye for now.